Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now today we're going to have a look at this Dendrobium chrysotoxum. It's been in this pot for probably a couple of years. Sheila gave it to me, and because she has another one that's bigger than this one, and it's getting a bit unruly. So I'm going to take it out of its pot and see what I can do with it. And I'm a bit doubtful whether I can do anything with it, you know, because the pseudobuds are going out all over the place. But it all depends what it's like at the root zone, whether I can chop it off and plant them upright or not, I don't know. And yeah, we'll have a look at the plant. I'll take the hanger off and we'll tell you a bit about it. Now, as you probably all know, these plants come from the Far East, the south part of the Far East, and into China, and they are classed as epiphytes. Well, they are epiphytes actually, and the beauty about these is they need more light in winter than they get in summer, and that's because being in deciduous forests, in the warmer months they get filtered light from the sun, and when the trees decide to throw all their leaves off, the plant becomes exposed to the full sun. But with it being a little bit cooler at that time of year, it doesn't burn them. So I'll try and give these plants as much light as possible without getting the leaves sunburnt. And they say, if you read the books, that these are classed as small plants. Well, I mean, it doesn't look small to me. I mean, these theobalds are rock hard, but they might compare them with other plants to get in that area. And as you know, some of the orchids do get very, very big. So that's what they mean by this is a small to medium-sized plant. Now, as far as temperatures go, these will stand temperatures during the warmer months up to 30, 31, 32 degrees centigrade. And they like low temperatures, you know, come in the late winter they'll drop to 10 or 11, and in the autumn the temperatures can drop to 13, 14, 15, but try and keep them during the daytime as warm as possible. Now, these are quite adaptable plants, you know, regardless of saying they need this much light or that much warmth. You know, they're quite adaptable to the conditions you give them. And they need a humidity of around about 50% the year round, or higher if you can get it. You know, if you can get it up to 70, 80, that's all the better for them. Now, these plants require lots and lots of water in the growing season. Never let them dry out in the growing season. Always keep them moist, and well, keep them watering quite well. Doesn't matter if you let them dry out for sort of a day or two towards the end of the season, but you know, keep them nice and moist because they like water. And another point is with these chrysotoxums, these dendrobiums, always give them a month of completely dry, let's say completely dry compost. To stop them drying out completely, just give them a little misting, that's all. And I would say don't water them at all in January, something like that. January, February, they'll do nicely. And then they'll start watering when the growing season starts. Excuse me. Now, for fertilising, these can be fed a much higher TDS than most plants. And at this time of the year, which is what, coming into spring now, gives them a lot more nitrogen you know, that'll give them a nice start to the growing season, and it will set the spikes for next year. You know, it's underestimated a little bit is nitrogen, but don't give them too much or else you make the plants grow tall and spindly. And as these are epiphytes, which is what most orchids are, a quick drying compost is essential. So, because too small a compost will absorb far too much water, and eventually it will cut off the air supplies to the roots, and which will give the plant a very sad ending. Anyhow, that's enough I've said on that. We'll take the plant out of its pot and have a good look what we can do with it. Well, we'll take this out of its pot now. I mean, you can see here where it's all wired up where the pot broke before. So I better just get the scissors and cut that. Here we are. This is holding the pot together. That's a bit fiddly. There we are, I think that's yep, that's done it. Put the label on there. Right. Let's see if we can get this out. There's another label there too. Well, we might be able to do something with this, I don't know. Soon find out. But as you can see here, there is a big pseudobulb, you can see it there, growing right through the hole in the pot. So then, there, I will have to cut the pot. Some secateurs here, so we'll just have to cut through it here. Whoa. And here. Cut over a bit of that one. Oh, this is tough. No, I won't cut through. Oh, this is a... You get it though. There we are. I think that's it. Where is that? Yep, that's it. Right. Ah. Right, we should be able to get this out of its pot now. There we are. And this is ready for watering. This is dry. And I've just told you, they should never get dry. But I watered, oh no, they're damp in the middle. I watered it yesterday. Now what do I do with this? Okay. Lots of dead roots, lots of live roots, and a solid mass of something in there that isn't doing much good. And the bark feels fine. Oh no, it's gone. Well, this this side of the plant, so it's better than the other side. Right, what I'll do, I'll switch off and clean up, because you don't want to watch me taking all these pieces of wood out, do you? What you want to see is what it looks like when all the wood's off. Or all the bark rather. Well, I've been poking at this one for the last 20 minutes. You can see all the rubbish I've got off it. And I'm just getting in here. Right, underneath is so soft, it's unbelievable, but compacted. And I'm having to dig the scissors in. And most of the roots are dead at this side and alive at the other side. But I just noticed that I might be able to split this up here, because that has come loose. So I'll carry on with this one and we'll see what goes on. Well, the plant just broke into two pieces there when I was cleaning the muck out of it, and I'd no need to pull or break anything. And it looks like there's another piece here that's got to come off, and that one is holding just one leaf, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dead suitable. Well, they're not dead, but there's no growth on them, so I think that will have to come off as well. This one I haven't had a good look at yet, so I'll have a look at that one later. Well, that's one piece cleaned up, and we've got 3 suitables on this one, and look at the roots now. Everything cleaned up, all the dead ones cut off, and we're left with that. So that will go in, and if something comes out of this other one that I'm going to do, then we might plant 2 together. So I'll better get on with this one. Well, you can tell how many roots I've cut off and how long it's taken me. Well, I'll tell you how long. I started trimming the roots off at 3:15. It's now 11 minutes past 4, and I'll show you what I've got. That's the first one trimmed up with all the live roots on there, showing you that one. And the second one was a bit of a nightmare. There we are. Taking all the dead roots off there, and that's what we're left with. What I'm going to do now is try and bind them together, you know, with wire, to pull them into virtually one plant all standing up the same way. So that's what I've got left to do now, and then I've had enough for today. Oh, and there's another little piece here, and I'll plant that up separately. Well, the only pot I've really got for potting these up in is this rather large one. It's quite deep, it's deep enough, but it's a very airy pot. And what I propose to do, well, I have it all potted up now, and I must admit it's looking quite respectable now. They're standing up a bit better after I wired them up, and I've potted it up in the large coconut husk, some medium bark, and there's a bit of horticultural foam in there, and there's some grow stones and polystyrene. So that's the afternoon's work done now, and I'm glad that's finished. I don't want many more like that to do. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'd like to thank all my subscribers, and I'll see you later. Bye.